Welcome to Grounding Connection, where we are renaturing in relationship with climate change. This series demonstrates a different way to interact with our fear, anger, hopelessness, and helplessness around climate change, or collapse, or sixth extinction event, however you label it. I'm Betsy Kudlinski. I'm a freedom guide, like a nature guide, but the nature we're exploring is our own. As someone living with trauma, stress, and overwhelm, we work our way towards personal freedom. With our nervous system's interest and safety in mind, I guide us to trust our true nature and feel the freedom to walk our own paths in life. With training in somatic experiencing and life coaching, over 3 decades of working professionally with animals, and more than 20 years of interest in climate change, this project is an attempt at making a human impact. I'm representing only me in my work, which is how I use my knowledge and skills in relationship and community with human and non human animals. I'm not portraying SE or even life coaching. I fully acknowledge that I wouldn't be here doing this without the knowledgeable people in my social lineage. Also, the radiant humans with whom I couldn't record this series are volunteers, some of whom I have worked with in the past and some I've never met before. Everything beyond the first couple of minutes you'll see and hear is spontaneous. It's how I work, and I won't change it, even for YouTube. I'm deeply grateful both for these humans and for any and all humans who watch these episodes. If this is interesting or helpful to you, let me know. We all have to deal with YouTube's algorithms, so comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend. If it means a whole lot, I'd be delighted if you bought me a coffee. The link is in the description. Now, this episode is with Angel. The issue she brings up is it's now too late to make a difference. As with all sessions, that's the starting place. Where we go is up to Angel's system. I say yeah a lot. I've mentioned this in another session. It's my version of keeping verbal touch with the people I'm working with. Usually, I'm saying it when I'm seeing bodily signals of one sort or another. I'm validating that things are going on and I'm here noticing. Embarrassingly, I say it even more than usual. Maybe it was the nerves of recording the first of this series. I work with Angel regularly, and she has since reflected how much she likes me saying it, that it works as intended, which is a relief. Hi, Angel.
Hi, Betsy.
And how are you feeling right in this moment?
A little nervous and feeling
Mm.
a little like butterflies-ish in my gut area.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a tightening, but not like out of control.
Yeah,
Otherwise, good.
yeah. And you mentioned that you had a little bit of a headache. We can just keep a bead on that. Where's the headache?
It feels like it's right about here.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, that pressure feels good.
yeah, yeah. The pressure's good then. Yeah. So right now, baseline, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of butterflies, and a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you came with a specific climate change related issue. Yours is pretty broad, but I think a lot of ours are. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what's got your goat here?
See, there we go. I can already feel it. Just
Yeah.
just the idea that it's it's already too late. We've already waited too long.
Yeah.
We've messed up enough that we're already beyond the point of no return, and that it's made worse because so many people I think so many people don't want to see it, they don't want to know, they don't want to acknowledge because then they know they have to change their behaviors,
Yeah.
and they would rather just keep going on merrily on their own way as if things are not collapsing.
Yeah.
And then also because so many people don't recognize mama as her own being
Yeah.
and all of our other kin as family
Mhm.
rather than just, oh, that's just an animal. That's just a whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
it makes me, I felt my hands clench. Like it makes me
Yeah.
so angry.
Yeah, so your hands are clenched and you already had stuff coming up before you could even talk about it. I can feel it in me because this issue is so deep within me as well. Yeah. So, yeah, we got it out there. Let's just take a second and just notice what is going on in your body right now. Yeah. Yeah, there's facial
I was gonna
expressions.
say I could feel my jaw clench. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel I feel like my muscles are clenched, like my arms, I can feel it in my arms. Just this like almost a leaning in,
Yeah. Yeah. Is it
but like
okay
a
to
wanting
actually
to
lean
fight.
in? Oh, what was that?
Yeah. It's like a wanting to fight, like getting ready to fight. Like I'm
Yeah.
so angry. I'm so
Yeah.
frustrated
Where does that
about
anger and frustration show up? So there's the tightening of muscles, there's the leaning in, there's the jaw. Yeah, is there anything else that you're feeling that you can tell is the anger, the frustration?
I mean, my body just feels alive. Like I can feel all the way down to my toes. It feels like there's energy moving through
Yeah,
my body,
yeah,
like ready to spring, ready to pounce, ready to
yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah. And what would you do? Can you imagine what you would do? How you would fight right now? What does your body want to do?
Just like hit a punching bag or squeeze something.
Yeah, yeah. Now you have a pillow on your lap, right? Do you want to just squeeze that a little bit? Not a lot.
I was gonna say
Just
I don't want to damage it.
You don't have to hurt it, just squeeze it a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We don't wanna do anything that's enough damage right now, right? We wanna keep it what your system can handle. So just noticing squeezing it, you're almost hugging it. Yeah. What's happening now when you do that?
my arms feel a little more tired now and not so tight and tense and ready to pounce, but just like tired.
Yeah, yeah.
I notice the softness against my chin.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And how
My
about
body
those
just feels
clenched
relaxed.
hands? How are they?
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, not clenched. Yeah.
No. Everything else just feels more relaxed now. Like I can still feel my legs and my toes,
Mhm.
but it's not. It doesn't feel like keyed up and waiting.
Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't feel keyed up and waiting. It feels more relaxed.
Yeah, just
What?
like there, just like I notice.
Just there. Okay. Yeah. And out of curiosity, is there anything else that wants to happen?
I like That's weird because before I was feeling like I wanted to well, but now I feel like everything wants to just not like back away, but like
Open?
open or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
my head back, my shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know how to describe that. That just feels like it's not tight or anything anymore, but it just feels like maybe just energy, like blood's flowing,
Mm.
like there's movement through my arms.
Yeah. Yeah. Good, bad, neutral.
Yeah, I think it's neutral. I mean, it feels better that it's not like tense and tight.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just like there's like life, like the blood is flowing, like there's life
Yeah.
flowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My heart and my gut feel fine, like normal.
Yeah. And what about that opening, your chest and your neck? Do you still feel that?
I don't feel the need to like
Mhm.
make it happen. I feel like it just feels normal now.
Mhm.
Like even baseline, that's the word.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Just noticing the little continued movements. Yeah. You brought up a great big bad, right? And so it takes a long time to settle all the way out of that.
Yeah, it feels like a long time.
Yeah. This is a great session. I almost put this as as the first session of the series. It's very because I've been working with Angel for a while. This is closer towards stereotypical of what I do, if that can be said. I mean, I don't do anything the same any ever, but this is kind of more a little bit along the lines of what I was trained to do. Um, and watching her system get activated and then doing something with that activation and then just watching it and giving lots of space and silence for the sensation and the processing and the breathing. Um, it's lovely to watch this for me. There's a breath. Yeah. Yeah. And what are you feeling now? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just kind of like got there again.
yeah. That's so funny. You always catch it in my body language, and I'm just like, how did she do that? How did she do? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Would it be okay to introduce the thoughts again? It doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No. You can say some words if you'd like, or if it's just all the way back up in you again.
It isn't all the way back up, but when I think
Mm.
about it, it feels like I can't think of those you know those movies back in I think it was like the 90s or early 2000s where it was like an asteroid hit the earth or
Oh,
something
yeah,
and there
yeah,
was like the massive tidal wave that
yeah.
and you saw people like standing on the beach and you're just sitting there going, "Oh shit. There's nowhere to go.
Yep.
There's no way out." Like that's how
Yeah,
this feels.
yeah.
There's nowhere to go. There's no way out. It's
Can
like
you
inevitable.
Yeah, yeah, it feels inevitable. Can you, like, look up at the tidal wave? Like, are you one of those little people on the beach?
I do not want to.
Yeah.
I would rather just oh, I can feel that in my throat. I would rather just turn around even though I know it's coming.
I bet there's a lot of people that feel the same way. Yeah. Tears, huh? Is that okay, Angel? Yeah. You don't like crying very much. Yeah. Yeah. And just being with it as you can. Yeah. How's your throat feel now?
I could just feel like all of it kind of subsiding,
Yeah.
like the tide going back out.
Yeah. Yeah. And just noticing that that happens, right? That's how this works. That's how our systems work. And something is that big, we can't encompass it. So we look at it a little at a time. Yeah.
Noticing my head again.
Yeah. Yep. And how does that pressure feel on your head right now? Good. Yeah.
I need like one of those hats that like clings to your
Mhm.
skull.
Yeah.
There must be pressure points there, right? Because that feels really good.
I actually don't know
Oh,
acupressure very much. I'm assuming that there is, but,
well, I mean,
I also know.
like how that feels good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in the face. That
Yeah,
I
from
do know.
muscles.
Yeah, yeah. And how is your jaw now? It had gotten really tight. How is it now? There's a bunch of science nerd stuff that I know, um, that I try not to inundate people with, and I'm not going to inundate anything now. But when she was referring to stuff in the face, or we were referring to stuff in the face, there's it's just fascinating how our bodies are all connected to all kinds of other stuff. So it's not just muscles and it's not just nerves, it's nerves connected to this big nerve or that big nerve. Um, and again, I don't need to go into it now, but it's fascinating for me.
It's mostly fine. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it did.
Yeah. And I wonder about your feet.
I didn't feel them before you said that. I forgot about them.
Yeah. And remember how much you had felt them earlier,
Yeah,
right? So you kind of lost track of them. And how
yeah.
are they now, now that you've remembered that they're there?
Cold.
Yeah.
They're very cold.
Yeah. Yeah. The immensity of this thing. Too much, too big. Yeah.
And I feel guilty for saying what I did, like wanting to turn away and just wait for the inevitable because that's like hypocritical when I'm
Yeah.
saying that people
Sure.
don't care and they don't want to change. And here I'm saying, I don't want to look at it. I want to just,
Yeah.
I know it's coming. I'm just going to let it take me down.
Yeah. But if you feel like that and you're so passionate about it,
Right.
like, I'm guessing that you're not the only one. I'm guessing that there's an awful lot of that going on. Can you access that, like, guilt and hypocrisy? It's a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah. I really don't want to. There's a part of me that's just going, nope.
Okay, so where is that part? Where is the part that's like, "Nope, that's too much, can't do it."
That just feels like right about in here. Just like,
Right
we're
here.
not going any further. No,
Yep, yep. Can you say to that part, "Thank you." Like, "Yeah, you're taking care of me."
I don't want to.
You don't wanna thank them for taking care of
No.
you?
Not well, because it doesn't it feels like being a chicken shit to me. It feels like
Yeah,
that's not about like because this is so much bigger than me.
yeah,
Don't protect me. Like we need to do something. We need to
yeah,
help.
yeah. What if you can't? Remember how awful it was to even consider looking at that tidal wave? Or the tsunami or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, that's how can you possibly do anything if you can't even look at it? And that's not a judgment against you, right? Like, what could you do without the capacity to even look at it carefully?
Well, that's just it. I don't think there's anything that I can do
Yeah.
realistically.
Yeah.
And there's nothing meaningful that I can do. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think a lot of us feel like that. And what does that make you feel like? That you just don't feel like there's anything meaningful that you can do?
I don't feel physically cold, but I feel mentally like I've checked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I almost feel like I can still feel my body, but I almost feel um like I don't have access to any emotion right now. It feels like
Hmm. Is there anything going on right here anymore?
feel anything.
I'm wondering if we just went past that threshold where this was saying nope, nope. Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like I said, I don't feel like my hands aren't cold.
Yeah.
So I can still feel like the energy in my body and nothing feels like really tense but I just feel like empty. Like there's nothing, like there's no strong anything
Yeah.
anywhere. Like it's just
Yeah.
flatlined.
So I do notice that while you're talking about this, you sound like a little bit interested at how weird this is.
It is weird
Yeah.
because it doesn't feel like my typical freeze response.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I don't,
Can you just notice it? Is it okay to
it's
just notice it?
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you could do if you wanted to is pay attention to what you do have access to. You can feel your hands,
Hmm.
you can feel your feet. Can you feel your legs?
When I pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you move a little bit? Like a little bit of rocking or forward or back? Or is there anything that actually feels good?
Moving
Yeah.
my feet feels good.
Yep. So you can move your feet. Yeah. And as you're moving your feet, are you moving them together or separate?
They're separate. My legs are crossed and I'm just kind of curling them like I am with my hands, I think.
Yeah.
Except my toes don't move that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like squeezing them and then releasing them
Yeah. Yeah. And did you say that it's kind of alternating feet or together?
together. They're
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Just really paying attention to the muscles used, what it feels like to be doing that. This might be helpful for people to be aware of all we're doing is we went a little too far. And so what we're just getting back into the body, tiny bit of movement, gently bringing Angel back because she kind of disappeared.
I
Yeah.
feel like my body's tired again.
Yeah. 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 We're working. Yeah. What's going on with your neck?
It's just been a lot of pain lately. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to move it and stretch it.
Yeah.
I think that's contributing to the headache.
Of
Although my
course.
head feels better. Yeah, my head
Interesting.
feels better now. Yeah.
Maybe when you get overwhelmed and frozen, it numbs out the pain too.
Maybe. It's a new therapy. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Do not recommend.
Yeah. And are your hands and feet still moving?
They weren't.
Yeah. Any other movement that's happening in your body anywhere that you can tell, even minute?
Oh, no. Um, like it doesn't feel the same as before when I felt the movement in my arms, but it just feels like a really like how you see dust, like if you see dust in a beam of light kind of thing, like it's just kind of
Mhm.
there. It's just really slow.
Mhm.
It feels like that kind of everywhere.
Yeah. Is it okay to pay really close attention to that?
That feels good, yeah.
Yeah. And is it everywhere, everywhere? Just kind of take an inventory.
I think I mostly feel it in, like, my trunk.
Hmm. Does that mean that there's sunlight?
I mean, it seems like it must. Now that you've said that, I think of it as, it's not dust, it's like little, oh god, it's like fairy dust. It's
Yeah.
like sparkles.
Goals.
It's not like dirty, nasty dust that is moving around in my body. It's like aliveness, little
It's
sparks of aliveness.
aliveness. Wow. Yeah. And as you pay attention to it, especially in your trunk, is it still moving lazily, like just a little bit, or has it changed?
It gets still just slow. It's just, yeah, lazy. I like that. It's
Hmm.
just very relaxed.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I just noticed a little bit of dizzy
Yeah.
in my head.
Dizzy?
Yeah,
Yeah. And your face got really, really still while you were paying attention to it. Is it okay to have that little bit of dizzy?
it's not my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Not your favorite. That's okay. Yeah. We don't have to stay with it. Go back to the fairy dust. And then as you're noticing the fairy dust, what else do you notice?
I just feel I feel warm mostly, except my toes still feel cold, but
Yeah.
otherwise I feel warm, like not too warm, just comfortable. Everything feels calm, like my heart feels fine, my breathing feels fine.
Hmm.
Nothing feels real tight or tense. I can feel I can feel everything when I check in, from my head down to my toes. Comfortable.
So you feel comfortable physically. How about mentally? Are you back?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Holy
a lot.
shit, that takes forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does, right? It takes like blink of an eye to get
yes.
activated, and then it can take a really long time to come down. And you weren't even, one of the natural things to do is like continue to think the thoughts or speak the thoughts that had gotten you there, and that makes it take even longer to come down, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's still like it's coming at you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to go into anything again because we just did a chunk of work, right? And we went in twice or three times, I think. And I wonder if you can just like side eye it and see how much charge the whole topic still has for you.
I feel like I'm gonna cry again.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask this, okay. Would it be okay to let that activation come out as water?
I don't know that I have that much. I don't feel like I have control over it. I feel like that trap door reaction from that
Hmm.
I've practiced for decades is just
Hmm. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sometimes it's not as fast and sometimes it's really fast and it just shuts it down.
Yeah. Your body's doing so much to. Out of curiosity, what do you guys do? You person watching this, what is your go-to method? Angel talks about a trap door, but do you pick up your phone? Do you start talking nonstop? What do you do to not have to feel things? Not that it's bad, just that it's a technique. Protect you. Yeah. So even those little moments where the tears come and then they go away. Yeah, the trapdoor's coming down. Yeah, you're turning away from the wave. But you had this moment where you were able to pay attention, right? And that urge to not turn away, to guilt yourself into trying to do more. Look what it did. You just vacated,
Yeah.
right? And out of curiosity, what feels more effective as a person, a human animal in this world?
I mean, anything that makes me shut down immediately is entirely ineffective. I can't do anything. I'm not going to be impactful for
Yeah,
any of
yeah,
the things that I care about.
yeah. So maybe turning away and looking at it a tiny bit at a time is the very, very best thing that you can do for you,
For now.
for now. Right. And every time you look at it a tiny little bit and allow, so that's the whole point, right? Like the activating and then the settling afterwards. Like we're just completing an arc.
Mhm.
And you just did that 3 times. That's a lot.
I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Is it nap time yet?
Yeah. So so how do you feel now? Like right now.
Tired.
Yeah.
I can feel my head a little bit again, the headache.
Yeah.
Like it feel my head feels like it's got cotton in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I feel like everything is just normal.
Yeah.
My clothes don't feel as cold anymore.
Yay. We like not cold toes.
Um,
Yeah.
I hear Lexi snoring.
Yes. We love doggy snores. We
Yes,
do.
yes.
Lucian picked his head up at one point.
I know, I saw out of the corner of my eye and I said in my head, "Oh, hi, baby."
He has great timing.
Yes, they know.
Yeah, they do. They do. Good. If you were moved by this episode in any way, take a minute. If you have the freedom, don't jump into the next thing. We absorb the goodness of our feelings after the fact, so pause if you can. Don't forget to do the things that every YouTuber tells you to do, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'd love for this series to reach the people it will impact the most. It can't do that if they never find it. Take care of yourself.